Hello everyone and welcome to this brand new tutorial series for Python beginners by Knowledge Doctor. In previous video we discussed about something called string and formatted string. So in this tutorial we are discuss about some method of string. So what's called string method? So let's get started. I already created a file in my Jupyter notebook here. So you can see so here is my Jupyter notebook. So let's talk about string. What actually is string? So string means it's consisting some characters. So let's put here some uh, name equal, let's say Python. So Python, so Python. So it's consisting some characters. After consisting, adding some character, it's contain a string. Okay. So we're trying to print type. So what's it? Print it type using the print function and also type function. So inside this print, I pass here type function. So inside this parameter, I have to put here the variable. So very shift enter here, so you can see class is a string. So why class actually? Because Python is a object oriented programming language. So this is class, okay? And you can see string. So str means string. So now we are discuss about some method of string. Some operation. Okay. So it is some types of methods. Okay. Let's talk about uppercase letter. So if you wanted to convert this Python string as your uppercase letter, okay, simply put here upper, not a function here, it's method because we are using a dot operator. What's it? Dot operator. So we're trying to print it, shift enter, so you can see Python as your uppercase letter. Okay. So now if you're trying to print it as a lowercase letter, so you simply use make dot lower method. So lower method here, shift enter, so you can see Python as a lowercase letter. So we're trying to print variable only, or simply put here a print also be, because in Jupyter Notebook you need to write print here. Okay, after writing this variable, it will initially uh, call as a variable, not a variable actually. Initially it's printing this value. Okay, so you can see Python. So Python, but you can see here first you converted this as a uppercase letter and converted it as a lowercase letter. But how I print it is see that these variable value are unchanged. Why? Because we are using a method here. Okay, what's the method here? So it's like a variable value. So what is the variable? So it's not changed. Okay, so like constant, you can see here constant. So there's some few method, or few some method like find. You can find the position of the letter and you can replace the letter. So let's talk about this. So we're trying to find the location of, let's say, P. Okay, so shift enter here, you can see 0. So what's the 0? So 0 is the index number of P. Okay, so you can see Python. So let's put it here. Okay, oh, so it's a 0 and Y the 1 and T is a 2 and 3, 4 and 5. So it is the index number. So index number begin from, start from 0. So we're trying to print the position number of P. So you can see here 0. So 0 is the index number of this string. So we're trying to print it 1. So you can see, I mean, if we're trying to print the type, not a type, actually find the position of Y. So you can see something called 1. So why 1? So you can see the index number of Y is 1. So we're trying to print the index number. Not index number, if we're trying to find the number of capital. So you can see alphabet. So you can see here 5. So why 5? So you can see something called 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is a position number, not a position actually. It is the index number 5. So it is given me the value of position number as, not a position actually, it is index number as 5. So we're trying to find something I don't know present in this type. So let's say small p. Okay, so you can see -1, but why -1? So if this value is not here. Okay, this is not present here in this string, so it simply return u minus 1. What's that? Minus 1. Okay, and you have to remember that it's also case sensitive. Okay, so what's that? Is case sensitive. So let's took another variable. So let's uh, lecture or a lecture. Okay, so let's say Python for beginners. Okay, so now we are trying to replace the beginner as an absolute beginner. What is it? Absolute beginner. So what to do right now? We simply use the replace method. Okay, so shift enter and lecture dot replace. So it's take two argument. What is the two argument? First one is this one, this beginners. Okay, put it here, and so inside this beginner, which are you wanted to replace this beginner? So I need to replace the beginner as absolute beginner. So what is the absolute beginners? Okay, shift enter. So you can see Python for absolute beginner. So we're trying to paint it here. So you can see Python for beginner. So these will be unchanged. Okay, because a lecture is like a variable, but it changed. But a lecture dot replace is a method, so it unchanged. Okay. So the summary of this, tutorial is we using upper method. So some method here. Let's put here in comment. So method. So first one is the upper method, and the second one we discuss about a lower. Okay, what's that? Lower, and and third one we are discussed about let's say find, and the fourth one we discuss about replace. Okay, so this is all of the method and all of those, summary of this video here. I think you enjoy this video, and make sure to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for never missing update. Bye bye.